Hi everyone, I'm Yuki from Kintone Azure Sales team at Cybozu. Thank you for watching this video. We release a new video on Kintone product updates every month in English to share useful information. Today, I'm going to talk about Kintone product updates of February with Vincent, a Kintone Business Product Manager of Asia region. Hi Vincent.
Hi Yuki, how are you doing?
Oh great, thank you. And you?
I'm doing great as well, but it's a little cold where I live here in Japan.
Oh wow, so you are in Ishikawa, the northern part of Japan, right?
Right, and it's been snowing a lot here. How about over there in Tokyo?
Or it is getting warm in Tokyo.
Oh really? I'm jealous. It's too cold here now.
Okay, so let's get started.
Sure.
Here are the main updates. This month we release updates on record, app management, and so on. And we have a special update this month, update option. So I'm so excited to hear about those updates from you.
Yes, I'm excited about special updates too.
Okay, so let's move on to the first one. So now we can see who has created the record and when in History tab. So Vincent, could you explain the details?
Okay, so up until now, when you wanted to check who created a record and when, it wasn't so easy. Before, we had to make sure we added the fields called created by and created date time to the app in order to view this information. But now, with this new update, instead we can completely skip this step and just click on the History tab within the record on your PC or mobile to see exactly who created the record and when. So just please make sure to go to your app's miscellaneous settings and click the checkbox labeled Track Change History of Records to be able to enable this feature.
Okay, so those who are used to Kintone add created by and created date time every time they build a new app. However, beginners usually don't understand the necessity to do that. And now we can skip the step so it became more user-friendly, right?
Exactly, and better user friendliness is definitely important, and it's been a huge theme in our recent updates, as you might have noticed.
Oh, I see. So thank you, and let's move on to the next.
Okay.
Okay, so now we can see the app description on mobile. And though it's easy to understand, could you tell us more about this?
Right, so yeah, like you said, it's pretty straightforward. In the past, mobile users of Kintone weren't able to see the app description, so it would be a bit inconvenient not being able to check what the app is used for, what its purpose is, its rules, etc. Now, as you can see in the image, we've made the mobile user interface much more intuitive, so your Kintone users can conveniently check the app description at any time on any device.
Oh, I see. So though we can use Kintone on mobile, there is a gap between PC view and mobile view, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, and we are reducing the difference between them and making it easier to use Kintone on mobile as well.
Right, that's true. So you can expect to see much more updates for the mobile version of Kintone in the near future.
Oh, great. Okay, let's move on to the next. Now we can disable a plugin temporarily rather than removing it. Vincent, could you explain the details?
Oh, yes, I believe I gave a bit of a sneak peek of this feature in last month's update.
Oh, yeah.
And to just give you a bit of a recap, this feature comes in handy when you're experiencing an error with your app, but you're not sure which one of the multiple plugins running in the background is causing the issue. And on top of that, in order to disable the plugin, you had to delete it from the app completely. So with this newest update, we've made the app creator's experience smoother by adding an enable and disable button in the app's plugin settings. You can see exactly what this looks like on the image on the right.
Oh, I see. And this is a great update. And as a sales consultant, I always feel sorry to tell our customers to once remove the plugin when some trouble occurs, because it takes time to reconfigure everything after we remove the plugin.
Right. And this way we can create and test our apps in a much more agile and less stressful manner, I think.
Great. Okay, the next one. We added the record's last updated date to the CSV file output. Vincent, could you tell us about this?
Yeah, so this is a small addition to the new feature I shared back in January's update. Do you remember what this was for?
Yes, I think it is to sort out which apps we need and which apps we don't need.
Right, exactly. And until now, this last updated date of record information was only available on the app management page. But this time, we've made it so the same update information is viewable when you download the app management data in CSV format.
Oh, got it. It became more convenient.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's move on to the next. We added a trigger to update the record last updated date. Vincent, please explain the details.
Oh yeah, this one is actually related to the same feature I just explained. So what we mean by trigger here is that this last updated date of record app information is updated when any of these three actions occur. One is when you add or update a record manually. Two is when you add or update a record via API. And three, when you add or update records by importing a file. So these first two were possible before, but it's actually the third action when you import a file that was added for this specific update.
So that means we can get a more accurate idea of which apps are often being used or not, right?
Right, exactly.
And this is really important because I know some users prefer to regularly update records in bulk by importing files instead of manually, right?
Right, that is correct. So this way we can avoid the risk of deleting a very important actively used app, which is the main added value of this update. However, as listed on this slide here, please take note that as of right now, this last updated date of record information does not change for all app actions. Specifically when changing the status or assigning in the process management feature, when posting comments, when deleting records, or when adding or updating records on the preview mode.
Got it. Thank you. And let's move on to the next. Oh, this update is related to API. We added APIs to get and update graph settings. So Vincent, how convenient will it be when APIs are added?
Right, so this API is actually called a REST API, and it's convenient for especially our Kintone partners who've created a sample app for one of their clients, or for an app creator who's built an app in the test environment and wants to migrate the app data to the production environment in order to officially release the app to their Kintone users. So after setting up this particular API, you can get all your app's graph settings from the test environment and send it to the official app within the production environment, all in just one click. Whereas before you had to update the graph setting manually one by one. But this probably sounds a bit familiar to the API update from last month. Do you remember what it was for, Yuki?
Last month, I think it was for notification settings, right?
Exactly. So we already have several REST APIs, but we still lacked ones that could speed up the data migration process, specifically relating to app settings. So that's been our main focus for API updates as of recent.
Okay, so it became more convenient for developers as well.
Right. And oh yeah, just a friendly reminder, you can always get the technical details on how these API works by visiting our Kintone developer support site, which is developer.kintone.io. So check it out.
Okay, thank you. Okay, and the next one is the last, and this is a special update. So this month we added a new tool that allows administrators to control how updates are applied. So Vincent, could you explain the details?
Right, so basically this new tool allows administrators to temporarily turn off a newly released feature, or try out upcoming features. So if you have an administrator account, you can access it by going to the Kintone administration page, where you'll see the new update option feature, which looks like the image here displayed on the right. And there you'll see a list of new features separated by their development stage.
I see. And it looks like there are 3 options available. So could you explain each option?
Sure, no problem. So this disable new features option is specifically for when Kintone has released a new feature, but the administrator does not want it to be reflected on their users just yet. So they can just click the checkbox from the list of new features to enable or disable it. And if they prefer, they can even make it so that the new features are automatically disabled as the default to avoid any sudden changes in the Kintone user interface.
I see. And I heard some administrators prefer to prepare manuals for their users before the new feature is enabled, so this is a great option.
Right, exactly.
And how about the second one? So it looks like administrators can view new features before they are released. So what's this for?
Well, we wanted to give our Kintone users a chance to get a preview of the new features, so they can not only get an idea of what's coming next, but they can also make the decision in advance about whether or not they should enable that new feature at the time of its official release. And going even beyond that, as you can see in the third option, we've made it so that Kintone users could even try out upcoming features that are still currently in development. So personally, I really like this third option because it allows us to get early user feedback to make sure we are consistently creating value-adding features that improve everyone's Kintone experience.
Wow, so we can try new features in development. And by getting feedback from our customers at an early stage, we can reflect their opinions and speed up development, right?
Yes, and faster development is definitely a huge plus. However, please be aware that this tool is not available for all new and upcoming features just yet. But we plan on adding more to the list of available features where you can try this out on in the near future.
I see. So this is a great update. So thank you for your explanation.
Yes, thank you very much.
And this is the end. So to our partners, if you have any question, please feel free to ask us on Kintone. And to our customers, if you get an interest in Kintone, please contact our partners or Kintone representative in your country, and they are more than happy to help you. So thank you for watching this video, and see you next month.
See you next month. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.